Hey everyone, welcome back to the AWESMR Pop channel. Today we're going to be making Pokeball cake pops from scratch. Got this idea from Nerdy Nummies and we had to try it ourselves. These are actually really easy to make and I'll tell you why in a bit. But overall, it's a really fun treat to make, so stick around for full details. And here's why these cake pops are really easy to make. Because you don't have to make the cake from scratch. All you need to do is buy cake mix and then we can get started. I won't show myself making the cake because it's pretty easy. Just follow the instructions on the box. Alright, to make the cake pops, you're going to need some cream cheese. You'll also need candy melts. I have 2 bags of the vanilla flavored ones. And you're also going to need some Smarties candies. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is put our cake inside a large bowl and break it up. Instead of dumping the cake whole, slice it up into 4s or smaller pieces if you like. It's much easier to mash it up. You don't even have to follow my steps. All you need to do is get your cake nice and mushy. So whatever's easiest for you, just do it that way. So, once you have a bowl full of cake crumbs, add your cream cheese, just 1 packet, and this part's going to get a little messy. Use your hands to mix it all up. Once the cream cheese incorporates with the cake crumbs, you'll get a dough-like texture. Now we just have to make little cake balls and place them on the baking sheet. Make it the size of a golf ball, or you can even go a little smaller. So far, everything looks pretty easy, right? Later, when we start designing the Pokeballs, that might get a little tricky, but like I said earlier, still fairly easy to make, and if I can do it, you can definitely do it. Once you have your cake balls, put your baking sheet in the freezer for 30 minutes. Okay, while we wait on our cake balls, let's melt some chocolate. I'm going to be using this Nerdy Nummies melting pot, but if you don't have a melting pot, just use your microwave to melt your candy. Alright, our melted chocolate is ready. Now let's turn our cake balls into cake pops. All of our cake balls are frozen. Dip the stick into the melted chocolate first. Then you want to insert the stick halfway in. Perfect! Now let's finish up the rest. And just lay the cake pops down on the baking sheet. Alright, went ahead and finished up the rest. Here's a closer look at one of our cake pops. Now let's dip the cake pop into the melting pot. Twirl this around. Okay, that looks good. Now you are going to need a styrofoam block to help dry your cake pops. If you don't have styrofoam at home, maybe a cardboard box will work, but it might be harder to poke the hole. Anyway, find something to hold the cake pop upright and you'll be fine. Alright, now give me a minute while I finish up the rest. Here's another perfect cake pop. I skipped ahead, and here's our last cake pop. Alright, now that we're done using the white chocolate, let's change the color. Add some blue food coloring. Now let's mix this up. Now let's dip half of this cake pop into the melting pot. There we go. Make another one. Okay, now let's make some red ones. I skipped the whole melting part because you guys already know. Do the same thing as before and dip in half. Make another one. I also went ahead and made some purple Pokeballs too. Now we have to let these dry. While we wait, let's make icing to decorate our Pokeballs. You're going to need 2 cups of powdered sugar, 2 egg whites, and half a teaspoon of cream of tartar. Now let's use a hand mixer to mix this all up until we get an icing texture. Alright, we have our icing. Now we need to make different colors. I went ahead and separated the icing into different bowls. Let's start by adding drops of red into this bowl. I'm making black icing here, and I'll also make some pink icing. Okay, I went ahead and put all the different colors into a piping bag. Now it's time to decorate. Okay, let's start by making a regular Pokeball. If you're a Pokemon fan, you guys know this is the most common ball to have in your inventory. Okay, that looks good. Now let's use black icing to make a great Pokeball as well. This ball gives you a better chance to capture Pokemon. Now let's use black icing to make our Master Ball. This one is everyone's favorite, right? Since you can pretty much catch any Pokemon, even if you miss. But these are pretty impossible to get, unless if you know some cheat codes. Alright, let's move on. Grab the black icing again, and make a circle. There we go. And then attach a Smarties candy. Now it looks more like a Pokeball, right? Okay, let's do the same for the other Pokeballs. That looks good. Alright, now if you guys remember, the great Pokeballs had 2 red lines on top. So let's use this red icing to make those lines. Perfect! Now this looks like a great ball. Now the Master Ball has 2 large pink dots on top. There we go. Something like that. Awesome! We just finished making our Master Ball. Okay, so here's a closer look at our regular Pokeball. I gotta admit, it looks pretty good. Now let's give it a taste test. Wow, that cake mix I bought is amazing. Forget the Master Ball, that cake mix is a cheat code. If you ever tried a cake pop from a bakery shop, not gonna lie, the one we made tastes just like it. Now here's a closer look at our Master Ball and our Great Ball. Taste-wise, these are all going to taste the same, but I'm still going to try this again because it's delicious. The cake mix plus the melted vanilla chocolate, simply amazing. Please give this a try. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. AWESMR Pop fans! Thank you so much for watching. We can't do this without you. If you're new to the channel and became a fan, click that subscribe button for more awesome stuff. And if you want to be the first person to watch our next video, hit that notification bell to have a chance. See ya!